my invention is the scuzz of the salt contained in the water swim mask. The problem that the scuzz solves is when divers dive into the water, they have to hold their mask onto their face. The scuzz is a nylon headset with a built-in mask that tracks your face and pulls the mask on your face so you don't have to hold it when you dive in the water. The benefits of the scuzz are that the diver will be able to see immediately when immediate danger when they get in the water and be able to get out as soon as they can.
They always make my basement messy, and they always make forts made out of bookshelves and etc. Now I made this invention so they can stop and I can still have fun. The way it works is you use an iPad or an app so it can control. So you have one app that's like remote control. The benefits of this is you have fun like video games. Materials I use So as I was saying, on iPad, you go onto the app and it's like remote control. And as you control it, you're like having fun, like a video game, but you're also cleaning. Basic idea was to just keep houses clean and make sure your parents do not get mad at you. And my solution is to keep houses unmessy and to make your parents happy.
They drill press, and also a spindle sander. And also, the hardest part of it was when we hand sand this.
For the steps, it's sort of hard because you need to like build it out, and you have to outline it perfectly, and you have to cut it, and then you have to outline it exactly as you had it, or it's not going to erase it. The hardest part to me was getting the weights in spec. It was so hard to like get that in spec.
So first you had to get a piece of wood. You had to do like a sketch out on it, and then once you got your sketch out, you like got the physical piece of wood, and then you started cutting into it. You drilled in the holes, and then you got to design it however you liked it. And now we're at the final step of racing. The hardest part of building it was probably, for me, it was like the cutting, because with cutting it, I was scared to cut off my finger with the bandsaw, so I was kind of scared of that, but eventually it turned out really good, and we ended up having a car that made it to, I think it's the semifinals, but it was a lot of fun.
The steps of building a car was to draw the design on it, and was to do the relief cuts on the car, so it would make it easier to cut it. Then we had to sand it multiple times at different parts of the car, and then we finally had to hand sand it, and then we had to paint it. The hardest part was probably the hand sand.
So the steps to building our car was first, we made a design, and then we put axles in with a drill press, and then we cut the design out with a bandsaw, and then we sanded it using the oscillating spindle sander. And then we hand sanded it with 3 different sanders and steel bolts. And then we painted it blue. And then we put our wheels on it.
The hardest part was cutting the curves out.
About building your robot?
Probably the programming. The programming took a while. We had to go on YouTube a lot and look up how to program a lot of follow the line, a lot of that.
What was the hardest part about building your robot?
What's that?
What was the hardest part about building your robot?
The different parts, the gears. We had to look up a ton of videos on how to do gears on the robot, make it go faster.
And what was the process of building your robot?
We used a lot of the iterative process, which is repeating something until you get a desired result.
All right. What was the process of making your robot?
We had to build it first, and then we had to figure out how to make it move by itself, and how to make it move with a fluid.
Right. What was the hardest part about building your robot?
Programming.
And then, what does your robot have that others do not?
Personality. Yeah, personality.
All right. So what was the process of making your car?
We actually had to start with the brick, and then we moved on to the motors. We actually did not focus on putting an infrared sensor first. We focused on the color sensor and movement of the arms, but we had problems with programming for the color sensor, which touch sensor and the gears were involved. Everything kind of came apart, so we're kind of back in our construction phase, so we don't get this finished.
What was the hardest part about making your robot?
Really the gears, because they got in the way of everything. I mean, we could not apply a touch sensor or a color sensor without those gears getting in the way, so.
What does your car have that nobody else's car has? Or not robot?
Potential.
Potential. All right.
She's the real pizza.
What was the process you had to use to make your robot?
Design process and in some cases the iterative process.
What was the hardest part about making your robot?
Programming it to figure out all the sensors and stuff like that.
What is something unique about your robot that nobody else has?
I gave him a hand, as you can see right there.
My God, is that amazing?
What was the evaluation of making your car?
What?
The process of making your car.
So first we started with the brick, and then we had to attach a cube to the brick, and then we had to build the base, and then we had to add wheels, and after we added wheels we had to make it follow like lines and stuff, and then we had to add color sensors.
What was the hardest part about making your car? Or robot?
The hardest part was getting to make it move. When we programmed it, it wouldn't do what we told it to do. So it's just really cool.
And then, what does your car have that nobody else's has?
Our car is very basic, so it's pretty much everybody has it.
All right. What was the process of making your robot?
Process of making a robot? Well, we found the component and then we decided what we did and didn't need for whatever programming we were doing.
What was the hardest part about making your robot?
The hardest part about making our robot was to actually figure out where the wires would hook up between the pieces and the motor.
What does your robot have that nobody else's has?
Our robot has wheels that kind of stick out really far, and we still have like the marbles on the back to help us.
All right.
My name is Zach.
My name's Leo.
And we invented the filmier. The materials are basic cardboard box folding with staples, a wool blanket, or just a regular blanket, and duct tape.
phone holder with the square cut in the back and with the square cut in the bottom. You put the charger here, and you plug it in there, charging your phone at night. Some people leave the phone under the pillows. Phones can't catch on fire. So this goes on the wall. It's recyclable if you don't like it.
Alright. Tell me the materials so I can get you in there.
Yeah. The materials, few plastic soap, shampoo, ocean bottles, scissors, heavy duty Velcro strips, decorative tape, iPhone or other mobile phones. Hello, this is the Playroll pencil. I'm Brennan and I made this. So our problem was people were digging for lead in their pencil pads while we're trying to take notes and we didn't have enough lead. So we needed something that was quick so we could just take it out real quick. So we had a lead container on our pencil and it's quick and easy and all we have to do is put it in here so we could get caught up on notes.
Alright, show me. It looks like Alright, go. I'll cut this part out.
So basically they all drive. So if say all four motors are working, one goes out and stuff.